Okay, so we have been learning and practicing finding areas of what we called composite shapes, right? Or when you have two or more rectangles and you put them together, right? We're going to continue with that, and it's going to get a little bit trickier, okay? But I'm here to help you guys through it. So here is our example. Okay, so let's look at the example on the top of the page. Zoom in a little bit. All right, so it says Miguel draws this shape in his notebook. So here's the shape. What is the area of Miguel's shape? Now, there are two different ways that we could divide this. Okay, I'm gonna use it in pencil so I can show you. We could divide it here for 3 shapes, or you could divide it here for 3 shapes. Okay, we're gonna follow the example and we're gonna do this one like they did here. Okay, so I'm gonna label these A, B, and C. Okay, there's our 3 rectangles. So I want everybody to do that on their page. Put your lines. You can do dotted lines. You could do solid lines. That's up to you. Okay. So Sophia, for this one, I'm really excited. You're eager to share. I'm going to do the example, but save those thoughts in your brain because we're going to take some volunteers in a minute. Now, they showed us down here what you could do to solve. Okay. So if you look here, we have our length here. So I'm going to put an L because you know that's our length. And we have our width here. Okay, so they did length times width and got 50 for their area. Because 5 times 10 equals 50 meters squared. Okay. And then if you notice, this shape and this shape are the same. So it's the same thing. Length is 5, width is 10, 5 times 10 is 50. Now, here's where the tricky part comes in. So please make sure you're paying attention to this. Okay, and actually, where'd my cubes go? I'm going to show you guys this with a visual, okay? So if you notice, let me get my 10, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had this length here as 10, right? So there's my 10. Now we know this part here, right? This whole line would also be 10. So let me do another 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so there's my other side, right? Now, for this, trying to make this all fit on here. Oh, I see Sophia H has got it, which is good. Now we know this line right here is 6, okay? And this whole line is 10. So I've got my 10 here, right? And if this line is 6, I need to figure out this line, just the yellow part, right? So I'm gonna take that pink part, I'm gonna take 6 away. I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I take that 6 away, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 left. So that means This line right here is 4. Okay? So you basically took your 10, subtracted 6 to get your 4. Okay? So that's how they got 5 times 4 to get 20. Okay? And then you take your 3 areas. This is also important because some of you are missing this, and add them together. Okay? You multiply to find the area of one shape. To find the area of the whole thing, you add them together. Okay? And I see somebody was telling me in the chat, if I do 50 plus 20 plus 50, you get 120 square meters. Okay. Some of you, I think, are hanging with me. I think some of you might still be confused, and that's okay. Now we're going to do some together. So we're going to start with a little bit of a simpler one. So on your own, I want you to try. What is the area of this shape here? Try it on your own. Give me an answer in the chat. I'm going to give you a little bit of a hint. You could either do that whole line times that whole line, or you could do this line times this line times this line, and add them together. Okay, I've got 2 of you who's given me the right answer. Good, Bentley got it. Yes, Kylie.
What are we supposed to times by the 3? The other 3.
So there's 2 ways you could do it. You could do the whole pink line, or you could do 3 times 3 plus 2 times 3.
I don't understand that one.
So just hang on a second and I'll show you. So if you're confused, give me a second and we're going to go through it. Okay. Is there somebody who did pink line times pink line who wants to share and tell me what to do? If I were to do the 2 pink lines, there's somebody who wants to share that with me. Sophia H, what would be my first number? What would be my length?
Well, 3 plus 2 is 5. So we would have 5 times 3. And if you do 5 times, you get 15.
Perfect.
And then you have 15 square feet. I also did it the other way.
Okay, that's fine, but thanks for sharing that first one. Okay.
I did both ways.
So let's repeat again what Sophia H told us. She wanted to do the whole bottom line, right? So she took this first line, which is 3 feet, and added it to this one, which was 2 feet. And 3 plus 2 equals 5. So now we know the length is 5. Okay. Then you multiply it by the width. The width was 3. 5 times 3 equals 15. Okay. There was a second way you could do it. Do I have somebody who wants to tell me the second way to do it? Sophia F. What's the second way to do it?
The second way to do it is 3 times 3.
So we got 3 for this length. We got that here.
3
Times
times
3.
3 is 9.
Good. Okay.
And 2 times 3 is 6.
Perfect.
If you add 6 plus 9, you get 15.
There you go. So then the second one she did 2 times 3. She found the area of the second one, which would be 2 times 3. She told me was 6. I'm just writing over it. So you guys know we're doing the yellow ones, but so you can actually see it. And then you take these two numbers and you add them together. Okay. And if I do 9 plus 6, you get 15. So 2 different ways you could have done that. Okay. Any questions on this one before we do more practice? Okay. Let's practice some more. So turn the page. Trying to get my friends who might still be writing this down a minute. Okay. Moving on to number 2 with Seth. So it says Seth uses 1-inch square tiles to build the shape shown below. What is the total area of Seth's shape? Okay, I want you guys to try number 2. I'm gonna go back to this one so people can see. Do number 2, share an answer with me in the chat. So do number 2, share an answer in the chat. I'm seeing lots of right answers in the chat. Okay. Now, a lot of you probably counted the squares. Okay. When you can do that, that is a good option. Okay. If you didn't, I want to show you something. Okay. So this side is going to be 2 units because I've got 1, 2. Same with this side, 2 units. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. The top one is 4 units. This one here is 3 units. 1 unit. 1 unit. 3 units and 2 units. Okay. So if you didn't count the squares, you could kind of do that same thing where you divide it here. There's one shape. There's the other shape. Okay. Then you're going to do the same thing. 4 times 2 equals 8. 3 times 2 equals 6. Then you're gonna do 8 plus 6, and you would get 14 square units. Okay, so if you got 14 square units, you are correct. I'll give you guys a minute to write that. Yes, Sophia H.
It says that it's supposed to use 1-inch square tiles. So are
Oh,
we using inches instead of units now that we know that they're inches? Cause
I missed that. Good job. That should all be inches. Thanks for noticing that, Sophia. Okay. We're gonna stop there because I'm gonna work on this with you guys when I meet with you. So I'm gonna open up our breakout rooms, and here's what you're doing.